Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So this is a request. I get this quite a few times, requests for this. I have quite a few of these on my channel, but since I've been getting a few requests here and there, I thought, let's just do another one. Now, all I do is I have a piece of cardstock and I took, can you see the texture on there already? All I did was took some paint, acrylic paint, threw it down. It's still a little damp. And I took my brayer and I call it a roly-poly because half the time I can't remember the name, but some of you get annoyed at me. So it's called a brayer. And I just braid the paint around, you know? No big deal, but you can definitely see there's some texture in there that is going to be, great for your mixed media background. This is great to use in your art journal, on a canvas, uh, ATC card. I'm just using a piece of cardstock. It's good. It's good. And I'm going to show you a handful of things. If you guys want a more in-depth video, let me know down below. But this is pretty great to use when you're starting out. You might have some acrylic paint or even watercolor paint and some paper. But maybe you don't have all the stencils and the stamps, but you want to make some texture and create it. So this is where we're going to be. Okay, so very simple. I got the background. One of the things I love to do is to use paper towel. So as you can see, look at the texture on that paper towel. This is Viva, by the way. I got from Walmart, but you can go to your local dollar store. I usually like to go to my dollar store and pick up, usually you can get a 2-pack there of paper towel, and I use it in my art room, but I didn't have any, and I've been using my kitchen toweling. But look at that texture. So I'm going to do really quick. I'm going to just take this again, and I'm just going to roll it in some black acrylic paint. And I'm just going to do different sections, and I'm just gonna roll this on here. And of course, you can use your paintbrush. It doesn't matter. I like some of the color coming through, but for today, we're gonna kind of stick with that. I'm gonna spray it just to get it a little bit wet. And what I'm going to do is lay my towel down with the texture, and I'm going to push. And I'm not going to smash it or smush it around because I just want it to connect with that paint. Okay. Now you see this. Look what happens. Ready? And I'll show you that in a second if you can't see. Now I'm going to push it down over here and lift it up. Now, let me show you because it is kind of hard to see. But look at the two textures you get. Look at that great texture. And then look in there. So as that dries, you're going to have that fantastic texture. Now, you can wet this even more. We'll wet it a little bit more now that you saw that. Because acrylic paint is fun and fantastic. Once it's dry, it's permanent, but you can definitely play a little bit with it. So I wet it. You saw a little bit more. Just play around until you get what you like. And if you don't have a fancy paper towel like this isn't fancy. It's just lucky on, but use whatever paper towel you have. Yeah. And then I'll just put it down here just to get that texture. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm banging my table. I'm so excited. But look at that. Look at that texture. And then you get those. I mean, come on. Fantastic. You don't have anything but paint? Here you go. And like I said, you can do this much lighter if you want to. I really am trying to do it for, the camera. So next, what I love, I've used this a million times. Now you can use this with spray as well, and we can always spray. Let me grab a spray. Let's see. This is just from Scotch tape, okay? So I can go in here. A dab will do ya. And look at that. I love using this. And you're getting all this great, and then you can even do it over, And I'm using black, but of course you can use whatever color you want. So, I mean, that's fun, fantastic. It's a roll of tape, a thing that came off my tape. Okay? That's a great one. Next is a spork. Or if you have a plastic fork, of course, you can use that. I'm just going to squirt a little bit more here. And I'm going to go like this. let's dip, 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 because I want that paint. I'm going to go this way and that way. And then look at the lines you get. Now, I'm probably running out of paint, but I'm going to go this way too. It's almost like you're using India ink, but look how cool. If you're doing an ATC, do I have an ATC card here? Let me see it. Let me see. No, I don't. How do I not have an ATC card? Wait, are you an ATC card? Nope. You're not. Always, you know me, I'm always on the ball. Always, here we go. ATC card. You could paint that background or not. And you know what I'm going to do is just squirt a little bit. I'm just using my normal folk art paint now, but listen to me, because I know a lot of you get a little frustrated with the fact of I use folk art and I'm an ambassador for plaid and blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to tell you, you don't have to use the folk art, okay? You can go to your local arts and crafts store, AC Moore, Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, wherever. Walmart sells them. But you can buy their store brand, AC Moore. I can't remember what their names are, but they have their paint there, their acrylic paints in these tubes like this. And they're like, you can get them sometimes 39 cents a piece. Go. Do your Roy G. Biv, black and white. You get red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black, and white, and you can mix buku colors. Go get that. You can get that for cheap, 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 and start there. You don't have to do the plaids. I love folk art. I've been using them forever, and honestly, they're not expensive, but I know what it's like to not have money, and I know when you're out of paint or you want to try something new, you don't want to spend a fortune, so go do it. But if you're doing this, look, we can add all this great texture, and you can do this over a paint as well. You know, if you painted your background, look, and you make these great lines. So imagine if this background was colored, right? We painted it or watercolored it or whatever, and we're just gonna start, you know, and I like kind of doing this every once in a while because I do have paint on my brayer, but it just spreads it out a little bit more. And look at that. Oh, love it. Okay, but come on now. Fantastic. Another thing I love is use a glue stick or something, you know, similar. Dip it in, and look what we're getting. If you're doing maybe you're doing a girl drawing, you know, folk art girl or whatever. Oh, and you don't, my hands hurt, and when they hurt, I hold on things real tight because I'm afraid it's going to slip, and then, you know, things ensue that it gets on my nerves. Anyway, so if you're doing, use that for your pupil. I love the texture on those too. So that, and this is just my nonstick craft sheet, but of course use the wax paper like we did in a couple videos ago. If you don't have this, use parchment paper, use foil, it doesn't matter. Use a paper plate if you don't have things. Don't get stuck on I don't have it, because let me tell you, if you need help figuring something out or you don't have something and you want to get it, ask me down below. Contact me. All my social media is down below. I will help you, because this is I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Now, this is silly, but this is I've shown this before, my needle, one of my needles I take. So if you dip it, you get two fur on this one. You see, you're getting the, right? And then if you do the other side, you could tell I've used this before. Look at that. Come on now. These are great mixed media marks. Fantastic. An old toothbrush you might use for cleaning your stamps or, you know, whatever. You know, if we go in and cover it, I can just go in and you're getting texture again, right? And you also can, I don't know if I'll be able to do this or not. Let's see. You can fling it Oh yeah. So you get all over you, but you get, see that? You get those fantastic drips. Look at that one. Come on now. Ugh, love it. I know. Weird, but true. Okay. I just love doing stuff like this. But you see, now I'm going to just kind of, just because I'll end up with that all over me, but I love doing that. The other thing I have is, of course, a big, if you have a big thing, maybe from your cooking spray or shampoo or conditioner, or this is just my cup that I used, or not my cup, my, what is it called? My spray stuff. Anyway, can't think right now. You can use the top of your paint, right? Your folk art paint or your acrylic paint. You get these great. And also, this, I'm not going to lie to you, sometimes when I have too much of my medicine, there's days that I have to take like an extraordinary amount of medicine, my needles and all that, and I get crazy. And this week, I'm a little bit crazy. That's why I didn't do videos for 2 days. So when I have to do that, I sometimes can't draw a circle, and I'll trace around something. I will use this. This is a perfect odd girl face. I'm just saying. I'll use this in a video one time to show you guys. But anyway, you can see it's making fantastic circles. And let's say, oh, look, it sprinkles all over me. We can really play. And then you can doodle in all this. Come on, right? So exciting. Okay. Now I have this. This is just one of my clips I use for when I quilt. And you definitely can go in on the edge. Let's see. And you see how you're just making some marks. Just make sure when you're done that you wipe it, because the acrylic paint will dry and then you'll have a little rough time to open it. But then look at this side. Then you can go in, right? And look. And you're getting a twofer. So I'm not hating on that either. Okay. Something else I love to do is painter's tape, masking tape. I wouldn't suggest, Scotch tape would be okay, but that you wrap your presents with, but not like a packing clear tape, because that would be too sticky. But if that's all you have, I'll give you a little tip. If I can, it would help if I was trying to pull this off the right way instead of fighting the other way. Oh, Kelly. Okay, so I'm just going to take this off. If you've been with me for a while, you know what I'm about to do. Now I will put this on my shirt and then rip it off a couple times just so it's not as sticky, but we'll do 2 different things. I like taking it and just sticking it wherever, right? Do those edges, stick it there, or what's even fun is, because this rips, masking and the painter's tape, and then you get this really cool edge to it. So we have that. And then what I like to do is take a spray. I'm using dilutions, but whatever you have. Just give it a light spray like that. These, remember I just did a video, I'll link it down below in over in one of these little things on how to unclog your dilution spray, or any ink sprays that you have. It works, it's fantastic. So you see I have that. Now obviously it's a little runny, and it will take a minute to dry because I did spray a little bit, but I'm just going to kind of go, and this is why I can never have anything nice, because I squirt things everywhere. It's a personal problem. Okay, anyway, so you see we got that, and then I'm just going to go and pull it up, and look what happens. And you still get that delicious underneath. So you can do a pattern, you can do a heart, you can do whatever you want, words, whatever you want to cut out. And then you put it on here, as many as you want. And look how cool that is. So cool. And let me tell you, if you're cheap like me, you can put this on the side of your table or your desk, and you have it for next time. And, that's a lot of fun. So these are just a few, different kind of things I wanted to show you to, just so you can experience things. Also, I have this. I'll do it down here. You know what this is? This is off when you buy socks and stuff, right? It's just one of those. So again, lay it down. And, it's not going to be flat, but if you want it to be flat and sticking down, put a little of your glue stick or something on there, or double stick tape just to stick it down, so then you can pull it off. But hold your hand up high, give it a little ploop, give it a second, and then we'll lift that up and I will show you. But I mean, look how fun. And we have this great background. What the heck? I swear my hair's smelling. Okay, but you see, now you can see like I have this, I still have some yellow, I have this black. Maybe this black is too much for me. So maybe I'll roll this off here a little bit and then just roll it. And you can have 2 pieces of paper sitting, so anything that you have extra, you can set your paper on top of this. Like, let's say we want this. I'll just set this, give it a smasheroo, and then lift it up. And you see, look at that. We got that on there and some of the background. I'm going to lift this up. Look at that. So if you want to make a heart, you know, just think about it. Think about stuff. Save these. I know this is ridiculous. Some people are going to be like, are you even insane, girl? Yes, I am. I'm insane and I'm cheap. And I like to play and I like to get bang for my buck. So now we're starting on a background right there. How cool. So I could go on forever because I have so many things that I would want to show you, but I'm not going to bore you anymore, except this last thing. We got the bottom of our paint. Watch. La-da-dee, la-da-doo. Look, and now you got another circle. Or you could do the lid. It doesn't matter. I can sit here all day. I love this. Listen, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. The button's down below. Click the bell next to it. I would appreciate it. And I'd appreciate it if you shared me everywhere because that gets me out there to share more of my tips and stuff for beginners and people who have been doing it for years. I have a contest going on. I will link that in my video. Go check it out. Check out for Dylusions paint pens. And if you do anything like this, please tag me. I'm all over the internet. All my information is down below. I love seeing what you guys do. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys. We're working on progress, not perfection. Don't get hung up on the little things. Some people can afford and have been doing this for a very long time to get all the very, very expensive things. And hey, more power to them. But if you're starting out and you're weary and you're not sure if you're going to like it or you want to do it and you just don't have the money, I'm showing you here ways that you can get more bang for your buck and use what you have at home. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.